Hey y'all, we back. I had to go and get myself together, baby. And then I was on the phone. I said, oh, Lord, wait, I'm supposed to be back live. So I apologize, y'all. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize for being a little late. Let's see who we have in here. I see we have 16 people so far. Go ahead and like up the video. Okay. Hey, just me, Cheryl. Hey, Q. Hey, Chrislyn. Hello, sexy mama at 60. Hey, cool gamer. Welcome back. Hey, Christine Lambert. Yes, I couldn't click on the notification fast enough. Okay. Hey, Dana Hall. This is going to be good. Hey, Yvette. Hey, Eunice, my boo, Uni boo. Hey, Neva Smith. Hey, Q. Thank you for welcoming everybody. Hey, Elf Mac. Hey, Tawana. Welcome back. Okay, I'm glad y'all coming back. Okay. Hey, Miss Jack of all trades. How are you? All right. So for everybody who are coming back from the review, I thank you and appreciate you for coming back. For everybody who's here for the call in, I thank you and appreciate you for calling in. I'm going to give a few more people a little bit more time to get it in the chats, okay? Hey, Christine Lambert, how are you? Thank you. Y'all, Lord, I thought my food was gonna be here before we started the live, but I guess not. It's okay. How are you? Hey, Melissa, how are you? I appreciate y'all for coming back. If you're new here, y'all already know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've been here, okay, or you're well, that's new here. If you've been here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. And if anybody feels so inclined to do so, join the channel. Also, remember that we do have merch available, okay? One being Go With God, Go With Grace, and Get the Fuck Out of My Face. The other being No DDE, No Dirty Dick Energy. We don't want it in 2023 going forward, okay? We will not be dealing with dirty dick energy. Keep that and community peen away from us, okay? Hey, Ace, how are you? Ooh, sending me love from Philly. All right, come on, Philly. All right, I had somebody from I think Tennessee in earlier. Tennessee girl, I just feel like come through. I'm hollering like y'all really like me. Y'all know I cracks my own self up, okay? Y'all know I do all day long till I'm blue in the face. I cracked my own stuff up. You love my hair. Thank you so much, Christine. Girl, this was my courtroom hair. Okay. We premiered a new show this week for being in a court, and this was my courtroom hair. And I decided to keep it for a little bit. But y'all know I'm going back to my locks. Y'all know I like my locks. One of these days I might just come up here in my natural hair so y'all can see me with my little afro puff, or I may get a whatchamacallit. Not wait, whoa. Nola, let's send a t-shirt DDE to the Scots and Martell, please. Baby, I'm not sending nothing to them Scots because their wife like dirty dick energy. She know her husband have community pain and she's okay with it. So I'm okay with it. At this point, after this year, we got girl, child. I don't know. And Carlos said he ain't talking about it no more. So let's talk about it for a little bit. And I'm going to drop the link and then you guys can call in and discuss with me. Let's talk about how Carlos said he is tired of the rumors about the Scots. He is tired of talking about more so cheating. The only way he wants to discuss it again is if baby somebody sends him a sex tape with a date signed, sealed, and delivered next to him. Okay. So that's what he wants to do. If y'all ain't got the tape, he don't want it. Okay, he don't want it. He wants the tape with the date to say that y'all getting that booty. That's it. That's it. Poor little tink tink tongue tied Tisha, baby. Listen, she can have it at this point. It comes a point in time like you can pretend to be stupid for so long. You can pretend like you don't know when you do know, but at some point in time, like baby, stop making yourself look stupid so he can look like he's crystal clear in the water, baby. Because something in the buttermilk ain't clean over there. But whatever ain't clean in the buttermilk, it just ain't clean. Something Something ain't right all the way around to me. I don't exactly know what it is. Um, I don't know. Why isn't Carlos sick of all them hanging up on Melody? He ain't sick of it because at the end of the day, whether you like it or you don't, whether you love her or you don't, um, Lord, and I'm getting a video sent to me. Marcel Scott's DMs exposed. Jesus, these people. But I forgot they taping again right now. Hey Kimber, how are you? One thing for certain and two things for sure. Whether you like her or you don't, she is one of the most talked about people on this show. With the exception of if anybody's talking about anybody else, they're talking about Marceau and his cheating, and they're talking about how they all hate Melody or dislike Melody or what Melody doing to them. But there's way more things about that. Q, I'm about to who said they saw that? Q, you say you saw that? I'm about to drop the link if anybody also wants to come up because I do have to work tonight. So we can't be on here too long, but I am gonna drop the link for anybody that wants to come and express their thoughts. Q, I want you to go ahead. Um and click this link since you saw that girl and kind of give me a quick rundown synopsis on what that video was. Um Christine's the damn drama. He feel he needs Mel for the show to be successful. Not Christine. Oh my God. But I will say this. I was surprised to hear him. Like when I watched him last night, him and Dustin, I wanted to see what they were going to say and what they were talking about. And when I tell y'all, I was surprised to see Carlos say that Kiki had been to several things that they were filming at and how he had saw the chemistry and the dynamic and he knew it was something there. So you already knew them people had problems. And Tisha, you set up on that stage last night and they talk about I would hate to see a show ruin the relationship. She was like, it's not the show. It's so it wasn't Tisha Kiki being on the show. They had a problem, which I feel like predates back to this show it to before the show. They had issues prior to the show. And that's just what it is. They had issues prior to with their daddy and them being in that competition stuff. I enjoy and really like Dustin's point of view. I did like Dustin's point of view, but let me tell y'all something. I didn't agree with Dustin when he said, Don and Bessemer, or whatever, and Carlos agreed, that hey, it was a lot of people. You looking for your you looking for your headphones. You looking for your headphones. You have questions. Next reunion, maybe can have Dustin be the host. Maybe so, but I don't think Carlos is going to give up hosting. I don't. Um, it came across my feed, but I clicked you on first, so I haven't watched it yet. Oh, my bad. I thought you were saying that you had actually saw it. But let me say this. I don't think it's I think it's crazy. I don't while I agree, um, it was some things that happened down in Bessemer that I said, "Oh, the family knows shit." You know what I'm saying? And I would have liked to gotten that tea. I don't want them on another show with Mel. I don't want them on another show with Mel. Brandy Roundtree, it says your device is not connected, love. I don't need another Scott family representative. Like at this point, I am over it. I am over the show being everybody is a Scott. Everybody don't like Mel. We need balance in this show. It can't be everybody on the show against Mel and Mel not being a good friend. I'm fucking sick of it. You need to connect your mic and camera before you can be added to the stream. Now, I will say this. If you have not called in before, I'm not sure if Destiny is really fired or not. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. Um, I need to see faces. You don't have to have your camera on, but I need to see your face before I let you up because I've had somebody try to come up here, baby, with their thing in a chastity belt up on, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I'm gonna need to see I'm gonna need to see y'all faces before y'all let it up. I don't know how I feel about it, Kimber. I'm not gonna say I'm done because I do, I pretty much do what you guys want me to do, right? So that like this is the biggest show that I review. I'm not gonna lie. Can't take that from them. Excuse me, y'all. I'm hungry. They um I can't take that from them. They are the biggest show that I review. So with that being said, um I can't say that I'm not gonna watch it, but I need to know. I just don't want it to be the same. And my honest opinion is I don't know how it's going to be going forward. Brandy, can you show me your face, my love? And then I'll let you up. Just catch the camera on real quick. They can't see you. Only I can see you. Yes, the show definitely need to have a new storyline. Okay, that's fine. You can cut it off. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure it was a real person because you'd be surprised the weirdos that we get up here.
That's why I had the camera off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, 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 it's okay, like, I couldn't even hear you talking till just now. It's okay, I'm gonna cut my camera off just so I can eat me a few little fries, but no, I'm here.
Okay.
But, no, it's just ever since I had somebody try to come up, like, really weird, I'm like, "Oh, no,
Okay.
this."
No, I don't even really talk on panels like that. I only talked on a few, like Scotty. I think I've seen you on Scotty before, and
Probably so,
the
cause I done
Silver
been over there.
Silver. I think so. The Silver Silver. I think that's how you say her name.
No, I ain't been over there. I never heard of them before. I'm not being rude, but I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I had just started watching them too, but I don't know if are we talking about the reunion or were you still talking when I clicked in?
No, so I already did the review.
Mhm.
If anybody haven't,
Oh no, I seen your review.
okay, but for anybody who came in and you haven't seen the review, we did the review before this. This is just for calling for people to give their point. So I want to go ahead and say this call in is about any questions, any comments you may have related to Huntsville, period. Things that don't make sense to you, or if you want to make out a point that of something that happened that didn't match in the season. But this is all things Huntsville.
Um, I
Call in.
wanted to just make it quick because I keep missing the streams, but I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed it. I have been like falling back on Huntsville because it's gotten really annoying and toxic and just ridiculous. So, but I have been watching the last couple of episodes, and then I kind of went back and was like scheming through the episodes. Like I'll be scheming through Destiny parts and like fast forwarding. So, um, I wanted to talk about this reunion part two. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a millimeter, but I do really like Melody. And I feel like I understand why she is. Like this whole thing about Melody being mean or nasty. It's coming up now that the show is on. But how many years did Melody help these people? Like, and so for her to act the way she act now, you would kind of see you could kind of see why she is the way she act. And unfortunately, I used to kind of like Keisha but feel bad for her. I think she's a beautiful girl. I think her husband embarrassed her so much on this show. But then I realized that she opens that up from him. And the thing about it is Tisha always lying. Like she said, oh, the picture was 14 years ago. First of all, somebody had made a point that said you couldn't even do emojis or reactions to pictures up until I don't even know a couple years ago. It wasn't 14. And even with Kiki, like Tisha spends so much of her time trying to play victim that she don't realize that she be lying. Like they were supposed to have go on a show together. So you feel like, oh, Kiki talking about you with Melody, but you had no problem talking about Kiki to Melody. Like it's like snake like behavior. Then when you see Wanda, Wanda is like their whole issues, their whole life been because of the way Wanda treats Kiki And it's like one came from a nicer side, the other one might have been like, in the bad part. So I always feel like Tisha got to be in competition with somebody. And if you don't want to be her friend, then it's just like even the way she treated Kimmy in the beginning. Oh, we're sisters. Kimmy don't want to move on to that horrible place that they trying to build because nobody wants to live there except for them. So then it's, oh well, we ain't gotta be friends or we ain't gotta talk. And it's the same thing with Melody. Mel if you don't want to be friends with Tisha, then she fine. She keeps poking at the same thing over and over and over. I never seen somebody grow. Well, actually, I have. I've seen grown people be so upset that a person don't want to be their friend. But when you do it on national TV, it's almost embarrassing. Like, how can you not watch yourself on TV and say, "Oh, I'm acting like a fool. I look really retarded, like really ridiculous. Not retarded, but I look really embarrassing and ridiculous." It's just like I realized with this show that it only got a couple seasons left, if that. And I think Carlos has realized if Melody leaves, it already dropped with the blackout. But if she really does leave, nobody on the show, they'll still try to probably find a way to talk about Melody. Or they'll try to come up with stuff that nobody cares about. Because honestly, what is Tisha and Marcel doing other than the infidelity stuff? What are we really going to watch with them? They pretend marriage. I just realized for years Tisha been asking Martell and Melody to show her proof, knowing that they couldn't put it on TV. And that's like snake like behavior because you know that your husband, if he wasn't cheating, what was the need for a clause to not talk about infidelity? That's why I said both of them are lying, and she's a liar. She's a really big liar, but she just played victim, and it's so pathetic that nobody points it out, like ever. That's what I wanted to say, because it's just like 40-year-old people acting like mean girls and like in unnecessary drama just to be up here knowing that they ain't got really nothing else going for them. Tisha could have a million degrees. He still ain't gonna let her do nothing with them. As somebody, I forgot that lady name. As somebody say, Tisha gonna be home making bacon. That's what she do. She ain't got nothing to do with herself. And this friendship with like Destiny, how can you not see Destiny as not your real friend? Destiny shaded Tisha when she was when at that day when she had her little thing at her Madani before they got closed down. Why would she have to tell Melody, "Oh, I should have escorted you out like you did Tisha"? That was a shot at Tisha. Like
I'm
that's not
sorry.
your friend. She just brought that up knowing you was boohoo crying that episode. That's embarrassing. But you think that's your friend because y'all don't like the same person? If I feel like if Destiny could be in a relationship with Melody, she would go gay just to be with that lady because it's something obsessive about her and wanting to be around her. And I'm just like, both of them is so pathetic. It don't make no sense. And Tiffany, the only one y'all could call Tiffany boring, but she don't have no infatuation with Melody. But I'm starting to think Stormy do because all these people keep saying Stormy was reaching out trying to find out information about her. It's like, why y'all so obsessed with this one lady? Like, it's
Now, I don't. Now, let
crazy.
me say this. I don't know if I necessarily believe that Stormy was trying to do all of this. I don't know. Like I said, I had been taking a break, getting myself together. Um, but I feel like Stormy was already a millionaire, so she didn't need to check. Like, what did she need?
I believe that. That's why I feel
What
like
do
how
she
you
need?
feel.
What do she need mail for? She was already a millionaire.
She need
She
male
don't need.
Maybe to
don't
get on TV because they make it seem like Stormy been wanting to be on TV for a long
I
time
mean,
or something like that.
like I say, I had been taking a break. I was like, nope, I am going to enjoy my time off with my. I'm just not going down this rabbit hole. I will say, I think the malls need to stay out of it. I
Yeah,
think the
that's why I
malls
had
need
to
to stay
fall
out of
back
it.
too.
But other than that, I don't really know. But I just don't understand what is the purpose.
Wanda was real quiet at the reunion, and I think that's because she knows she's skating on thin ice. If she not already fired, she must have been warned because usually she don't care. But and she just run her mouth. But I swear, I respect my elders, but it's something about Wanda and them hoochie grandma outfits that she wear that I just cannot respect. Like
No, not
I'm
hoochie grandma.
sorry. I'm
Not hoochie
sorry.
grandma.
She's not
No,
a
that's she's
what
not an elder. But I want you to stay up here, Brandy, because something else might spark your opinion. But let me give Tracy, my favorite troll, a few moments to express her opinions, and then LL Shady Girl, I'm coming to you. I'm trying to go in the order in which you guys came up. Okay?
Okay, I'll go.
you
No,
already know. I
no,
just
you
got
don't have
questions.
to drop down,
Oh
girl.
no, Brandy, don't drop. Stay, cause I
No,
just have
don't drop. I
questions.
want you to stay, Brandy. She just
No,
got.
I'm not gonna.
She
I'm not gonna
okay.
drop. I'm just gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go
Okay,
mute.
girl, come on, troll.
So I just need to understand how bad Huntsville was that 12 years ago. You had to send a booty pic to get a job at a movie theater popping popcorn. I just need to understand. Also, what kind of picture could you have gotten on a flip phone 12 years ago? Because let's be honest, camera quality back then wasn't really hitting for much. I'm just so confused. Like, I mean, I could understand if Marcel was like a business owner, but he was working at a movie theater. Did that make sense to you?
It did not. I felt like why he didn't have the business number. Why did he have given out his personal number
Because you can't give
for this
booty pictures to
interview?
the company phone.
But the thing, but once again, if it was innocent, based on what you said, if it was innocent, then how did she get your personal number? You were flirting with her.
Okay.
You
Mm,
were flirting with her. There was some sexuation going on. You know what I'm saying? There might have been a textuationship. They might have not have been in a relationship, but it might have been a textuationship.
okay.
And he forgot to delete that message because a midday surprise. Baby, you ain't say what a surprise. You said a midday surprise. That means you to me, you done been surprised before.
So then, because again, okay, maybe this is just me. I've never been in a relationship where I was 100%. Oh, I just knew 100% my man wasn't doing nothing, but felt the need to check his phone. I don't. That don't make sense to me. Like, how are you saying I have no reason not to trust my husband? I trust him 100%. Nothing is wrong, but you felt the need to check his phone. Like, does that make sense, or is it just me?
No, it's protecting the lie. It's protecting the lie of my marriage is perfect. My marriage is good. I'm still a wife. I'm the longest wife.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
about the husband cheating. It's about her still being a wife and what it looks like. What it
okay.
looks like to
Cause
her.
I just had questions. Cause my question, like, I just get questions because sometimes stuff don't make sense to me.
Listen,
Like,
when
melody.
people
This.
are 100% secure in their relationship, they're not checking phones. Okay? They are not checking phones. They're not doing that. You're not doing that. You start looking for things like that when you feel you have a reason not to trust. When you feel something is off, then you start looking for things like that. Other than that, you're not checking phones. I'm not checking phones. I'm not doing that if I feel comfortable. You've given me no reason to feel like you cheat on you. I 100% trust you.
Okay.
So let's be clear. She does not 100% trust him. It was some things already going on that she was feeling, whether it be her woman intuition, him coming in late. Her mother done already told everybody he was barely home when she first was having them churn. That came from her mama.
Well,
So you
well.
were already feeling some type of way, and you went to the phone to look for confirmation in your spirit for what you was already feeling. That's what that was.
Okay.
Don't
Um.
forget about the long drawn out gaslighting that he do to her anytime she asks him something. Don't forget about that because
Oh,
he think he makes so much sense, but he a real fool, and she know he a fool. She he
Listen,
gaslights the
absolutely.
hell out of her.
He said, "Don't ask him no disrespectful
wait,
questions."
when it was the charcuterie board with the pickle watermelon, first of all, don't give me no motherfucking pickle watermelon. That's first of all. I mean, she might like that. But I'm just saying, give me. I like to eat, so
Baby, I ain't never
I
been
want some food. And
to
if you gonna gaslight me with lobster and shrimp, some pasta with seafood in it as well. And I mean all the seafood, the shrimp, the crab meat, and the crawfish. You know what I'm saying? With a little black and shrimp on the side. I like to eat. If you're gonna blackmail me, if you're not blackmail me, if you're gonna do what we just
Gaslight?
said. Yeah, gaslight. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I'm still getting my speech processing back from when I had my stroke. So sometimes it leaves me. But if you gonna gaslight me, feed me well. Don't give me a old. And then it wasn't even a big charcuterie board. Okay, it was a old small little charcuterie board with this make believe carpet picnic.
Because
Ain't
they be
even
Now,
gave
trying to
me
be
no
they
ain't even gave me
kids.
no candles or nothing, trying to convince the world that trying to convince us that what we see ain't real, that man don't like you at all.
that
And they
was a
like
so
to
struggling
pretend
O-
like
board.
only
they're millionaires. Look at
only
their
to
house.
sit up there and say, well, Dr. Francis ain't the one. Only to gaslight you because Dr. Francis was telling you truth to you and you was starting to get it and you was starting to see what Dr. Francis was saying about him. Only to tell you, yeah, and see, go ahead and look for another therapist. And then while you looking for another therapist, I'm going to consider upon considering consideration, the consideration of considering while you consider, while I think about it, while I consider, while you looking, while I consider the consideration of considering thinking about it, considering going
oh
back to
gosh,
counseling again. But I'm a consider.
not the circles for the Scots. Okay,
But
so I have
that's what
two
he
more
said.
questions.
That's what
Look,
he said.
look, I have two more questions, and one of them, I promise you, with everything in my being, I'm being as sensitive as I possibly can to the situation, right?
Girl, you know you're a troll, but you my favorite troll.
I just have questions because when stuff don't make sense to me, I ask questions. I operate in a place of logic and basic common sense. So if it don't make sense, I ask questions. Um, I love Kimmy. I do. And Godspeed, give her all the great recoveries. Make sure she just stays on a blessed and happy path. Great. But do y'all think that she was like not a side piece, but she was like in the rotation right up until they got married? And that's why
Yes,
the
she was.
backstory of their relationship don't make sense and nothing quite sticks. And everything just seems like, oh, but we wasn't really together at that time. Like is it just me who feel like that? Am I
No.
am I
I
tripping?
am
No, she was.
confused on
I
that.
think she play on that because Kimmy was the strong one. Remember, Kimmy had all the mouth and she could whatever, but now when the stuff come out, she don't really say nothing too much. Cause I think it is you are true. I think that she was infatuated with him and he chose her, but I still think she know what he does.
Like I don't feel like she was a side chick. I just feel like because he said when he first moved back and he was going through his divorce, he was slanging it all around and was sleeping with all these people. And something about this story to me just sounds like, well, if you met him when he was still barbering to cut your son hair, and then your office was above credit one, but y'all wasn't together at that time. And when they said that he was in Atlanta cheating, you said, but y'all wasn't married yet, but y'all had a house together. Something in my spirit just tells me we became exclusive on our wedding day and everything prior to that don't matter to me.
I'm not sharing a house with someone that we're not together with. This is not
But
charity.
the thing about it is, Uniboo, when you say that, I agree. I agree. Not a mortgage. Not a mortgage. We
Not
might
a
pay
mortgage
rent.
with someone we're not
Well,
together
I
with.
mean,
But
she had
but
all the money, so it was her mortgage in her name, her bills, her check. So did
Well,
it
you
really
still
matter
have to
if he
pay
was
some
there?
but
bills.
but no, I'm saying that to say, I'm adding to what you're saying. It's confusing to me what the timeline is like. I'm trying to figure out what office are you talking about, Kimmy, if you was a nurse? What office?
Did
Because
she
Right.
the
do
doctor,
retail realtor or
but I
something like
thought she didn't
that?
do real. I thought she didn't do realty till she got with him
Oh. Mm.
Not
because
and
he
not
No, I
wasn't
thought
right.
she
doing
did
realty.
realtor.
So I'm confused. I am
Confused
That's
you.
why I think Kimmy be trying to play us,
um
cause so
so
we be
so
bamboozled.
So I'm a tad bit confused about that. Wait, before I continue. Thank you, Layla, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Disguise believe in respectful cheating. Period. I believe that as well. Um, but that's why I'm confused on a timeline because
Mm-hmm.
doesn't anything make sense? And Kimmy like, no, 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 I wasn't a side chick. I wasn't a side chick. But I'm thinking maybe they think she's a side chick because he was probably legally still married, but not together. You know how people have that separation period where they're going through a divorce, so the paper's not final. I think
Nola,
maybe they were dating then. I don't know. But I will
Nola.
say this. I think it's crazy to say, well, I'm going to excuse cheating on this Atlanta trip because we were not married, but y'all had just got a mortgage together. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, that
Nola.
is goofy.
Yes.
Remember when Kimmy said that she made it a point to not become, it was either exclusive or intimate with him until he signed his divorce papers.
Hmm.
So I'm with y'all on this timeline ain't right. And when the other young lady was just talking, I had typed in the chat, some people are single till they're married. So do you think that might have been what was going on?
But then how does Mark fit into it? Because at some point, Mark
Yeah,
got a
Mark said he was, but I don't trust.
Yeah,
Cause
Mark
I
Mark
crazy
don't
is
as a
trust
roller
Mark.
coaster.
crazy.
So
Mark
we
is.
don't,
Like Kimmy
I mean,
was
I don't know, but he said Kimmy was supposed to be. It's like this is it make me
Confusing.
feel like
I
what the
think
hell
when
is
Mark
going
gets
on
mad,
over
he
there?
tells the business. I think that's why they don't really deal with
sure.
Mark, because when he gets mad, he tells the business, and they don't say nothing to him because they know he knows a bunch of stuff, and that's why he was on the Instagram with Kiowa talking about Kimmy being a side chick.
I mean,
Because
there's
he's a
like
loose
50
Mark
left
lips.
got
shots.
handle that man with kid gloves. I ain't never seen Mark so be so damn gentle in my life.
Well,
He was
Because Mark knows.
because that
Because he knows where their
Um,
body buried.
he oh this
so
thing with
You
all
guys, they don't talk about Cedric anymore, but y'all know Cedric got a divorce after that little thing with the
girl.
girl at the college. So
So
Martell divorced. Chris
he
cheated on his wife. Cedric cheated on his wife, get divorced. So okay.
yeah, I didn't know that. Yep.
I didn't know
okay,
that.
Hmm.
so wait, let me answer this
not
question, yeah, because I have a question. Do you think Maurice told her to jump in when he's asked questions? No, I think both Scott's and Scott's 2.0, um, I think they want to keep their business in regards to whatever their situation is and whatever they're doing, whatever their agreement and arrangements are. Um, I think they want to keep that private, and I think the men let the women windmill for them because it keeps them from not answering. Like when Marceau is asked the question, he never gives a direct answer. Neither
Hmm.
does Maurice. They never come out and just say, "No, I wasn't cheating on you. I would never cheat
You
on you."
never
And I
said.
think that is because when if they ever get caught, if there's ever what can be considered undeniable proof, right now there's a lot of circumstantial evidence, but if there's ever like the smoking gun or the DNA 99.999, and I don't mean with a baby, I mean something that we can say, there is absolutely no way that you can say this is you. I think they can always fall back on, well, I didn't lie, and technically they didn't lie, they didn't answer.
Yeah. They evade
So that's
questions
what I think it
like,
is.
Mm-hmm.
And to answer your other question, do I think that Carlos would bring back Kiowa? I would hope not. I would
Oh,
hope
what?
not. That
Well, didn't they start
she
getting
would serve no
along?
purpose. Does anyone think Carlos will bring back Kiowa on the show? I feel Maurice is too comfortable thinking he won't be put on blast. If Maurice get put on blast, I don't think it will be for that. I
yeah,
think if they want to do
Yeah.
anything with Kiowa, it would be I think it would be
unnecessary and petty.
unnecessary, and
Yeah.
it would be pointless. Like, what was the point? Because
It'll be
that
like she want Kaya, like she
we're
want
beyond
Monster to
that.
come back home. Like it'll be something like that. Like, oh no, we want Monster to come back with us. He can't live here no more. I think if that like that would be the only thing that Kaya would bring. Um. So again, I ask questions because things don't make sense to me, and I need help because
Right.
I
Right.
operate in basic common sense and logic. So I be needing help. That's why I ask questions. I don't be trolling. I'm just trying to understand. Like why Melody went and said, "Hey, no, I was just going to talk to Paw over there. I wasn't going to say nothing to Wanda at that time. I was just talking to him," and she jumped in. Like, I feel like if she would have just said, "Yeah, I was going to address them both. I was starting with the little fish and working my way up to the big fish," we would have been okay. But do y'all think they cut out a bunch of Wanda scenes? Because I have a hard time believing that she was that quiet. She just sat there.
I think
Yeah.
they cut and paste a lot of stuff because look at Mel face. The whole reunion, it was just that one facial expression the whole time. So I think they
Location.
cut and placed a lot of that.
According to my girl, my cousin ranting Ricardo, shout out to her. She say they had Mel doing the mannequin challenge.
They did.
I can't.
She ain't never lied. They did.
For Tisha
Mel
not to
made
like
the
Melody.
same and I just don't see Mel making just that one facial expression. You know, when it come to faces and stuff like that, Mel is very expressive in her facial expressions.
Hmm.
Yes.
For Tisha not to like Melody, why, when Melody says she would never be friends with none of them besides Kimmy, was they breathing so hard and being so angry? I'm like, you shouldn't even care if she don't want to reconcile whatever
Because
friendship y'all had.
it's the
Because
audacity. It's the
be,
audacity of how can you feel like you would never be friends with us? We should be the ones saying we shouldn't be friends with you. It's the audacity. It's running rampant
Yeah,
down
but
there.
that's what Tisha's saying. But for Melody to beat her to it, I think she really felt the type of way. I really do think Tisha want to be friends with Melody, but she want Melody to kiss her butt, and that ain't gonna happen. Ain't nobody
It's
finna kiss Keisha. I mean Tisha behind.
Let me tell you
but
something.
here's
What
Yeah,
my
I
that's
thing.
feel where the basis of Tisha's rage is. Tisha thought she was gonna be on this show, Little Miss Housewife. I've been married for a zillion years, and I cater to my man, and she thought she was gonna be the queen bee of the show and the focal point. Hence her needing all this blind loyalty. Hence, look at how everybody that come on the show, they all automatically start attacking Mel. And she wanted to be able to dangle that carrot of Martell's infidelity over Mel's head, thinking that was gonna be something. And what happened is the people and the camera loved Mel. And Tisha wasn't all of that. She was this timid little thing that, is fighting to just have a voice in her own household when she should be the queen of the castle. And I really feel like deep down inside, that's what Latifah's problem is.
I have a question. How can you be the queen of the castle when she was living in the attic? I mean,
Thank
because
you.
Ooh,
her whole
Thank
first
you.
season,
ooh.
she was talking about how she couldn't get out the house. She was
Thank
just a
you.
housewife. I mean, she was up in the attic like Rapunzel or
That
something. But I
thank you.
guess
But
Yeah,
think about it.
she was
How
waiting
you
for
gonna
Prince
Exactly.
Charming.
How you
How you
gonna
Rapunzel,
gonna
be
be
able to have
Rapunzel.
your back
exactly?
and you dancing with Kimmy enemy and when Kiwi was talking all that stuff, you stood sat there
Not
and
Kiwi.
entertained it.
Cute.
because
Kiwi.
Tisha,
That's look here.
How
Sheree,
Kiwi.
can you be the queen of the castle when you need advice on what to do? Keisha don't know how to stand on her own. Melody had to tell her, "Come on, get out, do stuff." That's the first
Exactly.
two
and she
seasons.
talked about Melody in her scenes for doing that. Like
It,
Yep.
Melody gave her advice in season one about how to get herself out the house, how to get more involved in the business, and she was in like her confessional shading the crap out the girl.
Yep.
exactly. Cause
You can help for help, boo.
Because she got a jealous spirit. You're absolutely right. I forgot that. But that's how Wanda is. Wanda gets Tisha to act the way that she's always got her to act. If my mama really messed her up, I'm sorry to say.
and then but be honest, um Wanda wasn't doing anything but speaking what Latifah was saying, the conversations her and Latifah was having, and all the stuff Latifah was saying about Mel, Wanda was the one bold enough to get on camera and say something because a lot of times when Latifah's saying stuff, Marcel make her be quiet.
Because she used her mama for her dirty work. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
Exactly.
is,
that's her
why
mouthpiece.
would
She
you
can't
sit
say it.
there?
That's her mouthpiece.
Why would you sit there and ask for the woman for the blueprint and then every time in the confessional you shading her, talking about like, oh, you bougie, you want to be in a gala? Well, yes, I want to
This
rub
hate to.
shoulders with important people. I have
I
stuff
really,
and goal that I want to do and accomplish. Yes, I'm gonna be
And
bougie.
I
that Mel,
really feel like this really kind of breaks down to some colorism stuff on Latifah's side. It's a lot of deep rooted issues with her. She feel like Mel is the pretty girl. She feel like Mel is the popular girl. Then Mel got it going on business wise because Latifah couldn't even make any type of business moves or anything. Everything Latifah has done, Mel did it first, even
Oh,
down to the hair and clothes.
oh, oh, I got another
it,
question, y'all.
it goes a bit deeper than that.
I
It's
got
more
Mel
like
paying a hell of a pretty tax.
y'all
she,
remember season one where Melody was talking about how great her marriage is and everybody needed a husband like Martell, and
mm-hmm.
Tisha was like, "No, we don't." Do you think Tisha is now picking up the "I have the perfect marriage" mantle that Mel couldn't do because Martell was cheating? Do you think she picked up that because she
She
knows
can't
Definitely.
because
Maurice ain't
Marcel is
gonna tell?
cheating.
But that's the thing. She knows Maurice ain't gonna tell. Marceau ain't gonna tell on himself. Maurice ain't gonna tell on his brother. And then when you think about
Maurice
it,
give heads.
Martell is gonna hold their secrets because Martell has more. I honestly feel like all three of the men was in on it together, and they ain't gonna go but so far to throw each other under the bus. They ain't gonna go like in the gutter. And I think that's why when Destiny was like, "Oh, Mel, go, I'm gonna spray your business," Maurice was like, "No, don't do it," and Marcel was like, "No,
Pretty
don't do it."
Kelly.
Everybody was like, "Oh no, don't do that," because they feel like once someone throws that first stone of getting down in the gutter, everybody else gonna get dragged down too. Or is that just me? Am I the only person seeing this?
No, but
But
she needs to tell it. Like, don't sit here and tease us and dingling around her head. If you have something to say, don't be like, "Well, do you know I have stuff that can destroy?" Tell it. Say it. I'm waiting to hear it. Say it. Go ahead. Because it's tiring at this point. It's like, what's the point of you just saying something? You have something, you're not gonna say it. I'm calling your bluff. Say it.
because they all have something to lose. They all got dynamite. And truly, the true loose cannon on the stage has been surprisingly quiet, and that's Martell.
He
Because
ain't
when
been quiet.
he
No
spread
ma'am. We're not gonna give him quiet. He ain't been quiet.
he
He
ain't he ain't came out and said everything he was saying on his live.
no
Girl,
no
did
no
He
you
no
tell
no.
them
given
When I
what
them
he
underhanded questions he was asking? He was like, "Oh,
no no. Hear me when I say this. More so been I mean not more so. Martell been the loudest person on the stage. Go back to episode 1 and watch the body language, the
oh yeah,
facial responses.
but
He
he wasn't
spoke
Mm-hmm.
very loudly.
his
but
face
even
told everything. That's why I was
but
like,
even
yeah,
then he had them like
almost
low
got
key
a
questions."
strong NDA with a big tax on it. What that which is why nobody broke that thing. Cause I'm like Martell, you look at his body language. If you know anything about reading people, he's telling you everything. He's not verbally saying anything. And then you got Tisha over here, who just like, I've never said, my marriage is perfect. I never dealt with cheating. But that's really what Kiki just said you did, and you confirmed it too because you was upset about a picture in the phone. And then a lot of people forget last season, they had an event with Love and Marriage and Ready to Love, and she was pissy about the Ready to Love hostess talking with Marceau. Like the hostess put this out there that she was super upset about that and she acted real stank. We see her, try to tell Marceau, don't hire a female assistant because you're worried. If you were truly secure in your marriage, you wouldn't care what type of assistant your husband has. You sitting up here trying to make it seem like you were okay with the trip that he took to Africa, allegedly, supposedly alone. But it bothers you because it's written all over your face and your body. You ain't got to say the word. We see it. We see this.
Martell did call Tisha and Kimmy naive when Carlos was talking to them. He was saying that under their breath. Oh, she naive too. Like Martell was talking a little bit. He was saying some things, but he was talking when Carlos was talking. So I don't know if y'all heard him, but he called Kimmy naive and Tisha naive.
I have a question.
So Kimmy is Tisha 2.0. I love
So
Kimmy the
I
first 2 seasons.
I don't like any of them. So I'm just that's why I'm not trolling. I just have questions. So remember on that, don't judge me. Remember on that last reunion, not this season, but the prior season, when Kimmy was like, "Oh, I wouldn't be friends with Tisha if we weren't like married to brothers." Do you think
Mm-hmm.
after that, um, you know, Kimmy got a good tussling to get in line, and that's
Yes.
Yeah,
why Kimmy's demeanor
Yep.
has changed
Yep.
a bit for her?
yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Because I feel like Kimmy was like the first couple seasons, we were all like, "Oh yeah," but now it seems like she changed, and I don't know if she changed because like this is who she really was, and she was playing the first couple seasons, or if she's now gotten the nice
So
Scott
I
and
look at it
Wanda
so it was
headlock
said
and got
I,
it
beat into place.
it was said that after
So I
Kimmy
think they have a talk.
after
They actually have a talk with her talking about like we don't go against family. I mean, she was telling
yeah,
the truth about she
yeah,
wouldn't be friend with her if they were in marriage. That
and
was me telling the truth. But since Tisha is so needy, she's probably going in the back complaining, bitching and moaning. Sorry, my curse word. And then they have to be like, all right, we're just gonna talk to Kimmy. Kimmy, can you please spare her feelings and da 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 da. I'm sure they did because she's annoying. She's like a grown toddler at her big age, big 40 some thousand years away. You're gonna complain and whine when you don't get your way. And so people kind of pacify her when she keep whining and getting on people's nerves. Like, all right, fine, Tisha, go ahead, you can have it. That's how it come up to me.
but I also think Kimmy's just privy to a lot more of what's happening with everybody, and that affects her attitudes in each situation. Because what I do appreciate about Kimmy, she will hold people to the fire. Because
Yeah,
while we're all trying to protect Wanda, she was like, "No, Wanda was wrong. She was wrong. I ain't never agree with that. She was wrong. She called out Destiny over her BS for not showing her life." Now, I think Kimmy knows what stuff Mel does behind the scenes as well. So she's like, okay, I can see how Mel reacts to you. She also knows what Tisha does. And so I think that also influences how she moves because she has more emotional intelligence than most people on that stage. Like Mel ain't perfect. We all know that. And we know Tisha ain't perfect. They have the same methods for doing stuff, to be honest. And Kimmy sees that and she can react to that when it's necessary. Because that's why she wasn't even defending her own husband when Mel was going at him in episode 1. Because she's like, Mel ain't wrong. She was saying it without saying it. Because anytime I've needed something for Mel while I'm going through this cancer, Mel been there. But you over here talking about she not my real friend. She is a friend. She's not my best friend. She's not like my friends of 20 years. But if I need something from this woman, she's there for me. She is consistent and dependable.
I think that's what I
and
think
and
the strength
I want to say this. Kimmy did put out this statement. Thank you, Kimber, because for putting this, I could put it on the screen. But Kimmy did say that afterwards, after she said what she said about Letitia, instead of she said that the Scott family basically jumped on her, and was giving her problems for saying that she wouldn't be friends with Letitia. But I feel like where was this love for Kimmy in a sense, because why is it just Letitia's feelings the only one that matters? Why didn't nobody say, well, why wouldn't you be friends with her? Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
where was that? Where was that? But yeah, the Scots basically was mad with her, and I think that ultimately that's what made her walk it back. Not fans, not people watching the show, not Carlos. The fact that her in-laws were giving her a hard time, and everybody got to drink this Kool-Aid of being loyal to Letitia and Marcel, and you can't ever say anything about them or expose their wrongdoings. I think that's what it was.
it's a
That's
blind
true.
loyalty though. It's a one-way
Exactly.
loyalty. Like you can throw me under the bus when you're talking to homeboy X talking about me being a side chick. But Lord forbid if I actually tell the truth about how we were talking mess about one person. It's a blind law. If you want loyalty from someone, I'm gonna need you to give it back. That's all. Like don't ask me the world of me, but when it's your turn, you give me shit. No. And I think she should stay by it. If you are gonna give me a problem about what I said, about my true feeling about somebody, then y'all can kick rocks. Maybe I'm built different. I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all give me problem because of my real feelings about y'all person. Why she have to stay here and be coddled? What about my own feelings? Her mom came after me with some bullish. Why don't y'all check them? Why I always gotta be
It
checked because I express my real feelings?
right. She came after me in my own child's house and was getting at me and called me out my name in front of my child. Ain't nobody said nothing to her. Not one
Nobody.
Can I ask a question?
came across,
Uh-huh.
gave her the work. Everybody would have been mad at
Hey,
Kimmy.
I saw a comment and I thought about it. They said they feel like Marcel has a crush on Melody. Everybody been saying that for years about the way he act toward Melody when he talked to her. But they said that they think Marcel want a wife like Melody, but he can't handle a wife like Melody. But Martell wanted a wife like Tisha.
I
And
absolutely agree. I've
I
said that. I've said that. I don't think Marcel wants a wife like Melody. I think a woman like Melody is attractive to Marcel. However,
Hmm.
because of his ego, he needs a woman like Tisha.
yeah.
yeah,
I
And when
think
it
he's
and
attracted to a woman like Melody.
yeah, I
But
think he is attracted to
and
her.
I'm not saying he's attracted to Melody. Um, although sometimes we done seen some questionable him looking at that lady
Looks
like
and
he wanted to
glances
sop her up
and
like a
things. Yes.
biscuit. Oh, baby, he was looking at her like girl. What I do? He was looking at her like in ways we ain't seen him look at his wife. Um,
but I think that's
but
because he has respect for Melody and attraction. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he wants Melody per se. I think she's attractive to him. But I think he's attracted to a woman like her, but he can't handle a woman that strong. Like the
Yeah,
only
that's
time,
what I
think
think.
about it, the only time Tisha is able around him to be strong, and even then, her body languages, her side eye looking like, is it okay for me to go? Is when she's windmilling for him. Other than that, when she's standing up for herself and how he treats her and the things he say to her, she has to be quiet and it's disrespectful and he don't like it. And a woman like Mel not gonna take it. She ain't a little baby who ain't gonna talk back. She
Oh, I
gonna
got a
talk back.
question.
And Mel don't need Miss Vanessa like Tisha need Wanda to fight Marceau for her, cause like you say, she just gonna stand there and he gonna emotionally and mentally and verbally abuse her, and Wanda gonna get into him. Tisha need Wanda to fight all her battles about everything.
Or maybe you think because she haven't been the one that was in Tisha's life back when she was growing up, maybe that's her way of trying to make it up to her, which I think it's a little too late,
Yeah.
personally.
Oh,
but I also think that was her role because Tisha grew up with a disability. She had a speech impediment, and she always felt she had to windmill and fight for her child because people would tease and bully. She doesn't see Tisha as a grown woman. She still sees her as that child that needs to be protected.
Yeah, even against their own family. Like that's why I say I think Wanda treat Kiki bad or and try to pretend like she doesn't. But from
It's
what they've been saying, that's the way she treated her whole life.
her interviews concerning Kiki and that side of the family was very telling.
you
It
know what
was
I?
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
just there's some real deep vitriol there that truly has nothing to do with Kiki and goes back to Wanda and her siblings and they family how they were raised because there was some clear ostracization there with Wanda having a baby as young as she did and stuff, and she was just treated like crap. And then in turn, she's tried to put that on Kiki. Ain't no way. I don't care what my niece or nephew would ever say. I'm not getting on Beyonce's internet talking about, well, your daddy wanted to get rid of you.
That part.
Yeah.
Ain't
Oh,
no way.
I got a two-part question. I got a two-part question. Okay.
See, this is why I call you a troll, but you and Monique King, the only trolls allowed over here. But I love
I'm
y'all.
not a troll. Listen, I'm not a troll. I just try to make
No,
foolishness make
I
sense.
call you a troll.
I know.
I
I know.
call you
I'm
a
not
troll, but
trolling.
you
I'm
my
just trying to
baby.
make look, I'm just trying to make foolishness make sense, right? Do you guys think that Marceau and Tisha Marcel and Tisha, Marcel and Martell are more attracted to Melody's business mind, like for the way she maneuvers in business and the deals and things that she can get, more than her personally as a person. Do y'all
Hey,
think maybe that's
Honorable.
it?
No,
First,
I
I
think
don't think so.
Martell
I think
is.
Martell love her.
I
Like,
think Martell loved her, but he wanted to have his cake too,
I
like a
me
lot of
too.
people. Um, I think Martell was all around attracted to Melody. Like he's
hmm
still attracted to Melody. Did you see his face when she walked out on that stage? You saw every tooth that was in his mouth. If he would have had any missing, we would have knew.
and
Oh,
scream
With
got
that
You
whole
know
he
what I'm
voice.
saying?
couldn't wait to
And the
tell
way
him his name
and the
still
way he
holds.
said and the way he said when he said Carlos said Melody Cherie and he said Holtz.
Hope,
that.
Holtz. He
hope.
still wants some kind of way to be attached to that. One, she's a beautiful woman. She's not ugly, but I don't think any of them are ugly women. Um, but he was attracted to her beauty. She was a good wife. You know, every man wants a woman. You don't want nobody think a dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no woman that people gonna be like, ugh, when they walk in the door. You want a woman that's gonna
Right.
be pleasing to your eyes and to other people's eyes, so that way when she walking around and she look good, you want to be able to say, yeah, that's me. Same
Mhm.
for a woman with her man. You know what I'm saying? I think he was attracted to that. I think he was attracted to the fact that she's a go getter.
And
I
she
think he was
said that
attracted
for
to
a
the
long
fact that
time.
she can make good business connections and they can stick. People like her. People are willing to do business with her. I think she was the all around package to him. And I think while he loved her and appreciated that, I think he cheated because she was everything that he wasn't. And it was an insult to his manhood. And Ariane was the type of woman who made him feel good about his manhood until she didn't anymore, until she was the reason that he deemed the reason. Once again, not upon him. You know what I'm saying? He deemed his cheating on Melody because you didn't give me enough head. He deemed, he deems Ariane as the reason his marriage
He
broke
think that
up.
he better than Ariane too. That's another thing. He think he better
Right.
than
See,
Ariane,
he
but he
don't.
not better than Melody.
Right. And so she was, at the time, Ariane was the type of woman who could make him feel good about where he was in life. He was able to go to her and lie and act like everything that they had and what was existing was because of him when it wasn't because of him.
He
But
wanted
now
to feel
she's a
like a
peasant
queen.
to him and he resents her. He resents her. You know what I'm saying? He resents her because ultimately, if you wouldn't have been messing with me, even though we know he pursued her, right? If you wouldn't have played your role, if you would have stayed in your place, even though Marceau told him don't mess with her because she wasn't the type of woman to mess with, she was gonna mess it up, right?
Martell told him to get a NDA on her butt. He
You know
knew.
what I'm saying?
He,
He knows how, listen, he knows how to
That's why I think none of
pick the
Marcel
right
women
ones.
come out because
He
they
knows
they
how,
have something to lose.
he knows how to pick the
Marcel
right ones.
dating married women. He ain't stupid.
Yeah, that's what I think. Married women are
Okay.
women that got something going for themselves.
Okay.
That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? He resents her, but he wanted everything. He wanted Mel to be everything that she was to him, but he couldn't handle that Mel was everything that she was.
Does
Yeah.
anyone think that Tisha really tells Marcel what to do? Does anybody believe that she really is the boss of
ab-
that company?
Not at all.
No.
I think
No.
I think she's the owner, the majority owner in name and credit only and for us to see, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Marcel all of a sudden has had this epiphany to let her up out the house and let her run some stuff. Like it's
mhm.
been so contradictory to everything we see and even him talking about having to work with her. It's like he's disgusted. He don't really want to do it. And I think maybe he might leave her in the office and she's saying like, we need to learn how to be able to work and run a company together and things like that, but
Do you guys
I don't
think that
see it.
Mar? Do you guys think that Marcel talked? Well, they told Kiki business to Melody and Martell to get Maurice and Kimmy to be the third couple. I sometimes think that.
I sometimes think that. I do.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I asked Kiki that, and she, she alluded to it, but she was like, she couldn't say because they hadn't showed, and I know they chopped up a lot of stuff on the reunion, but she was like, there you go. It was on Prosperity Thick Girls channel. I forget how long ago we did that live, but she was definitely like, bingo.
It's
on a
the
lot of stuff
Yeah.
that I was asking.
not Tisha owns the shares and Marcel owns Tisha.
But that's how it
Messy. Okay, so then I have another question. All right, so do you guys think that Marceau does not want her in the business because they was using the scope money to fund a lifestyle of women and being able to do what they wanted to do and like their home incomes weren't being touched? So do you think because if you think about it, if on the first episode they said like, oh, the business wasn't doing much, but Melody was like, we've been doing this business for all these years. I'm sending y'all great contracts. I don't know what you're doing with the money. Do y'all think that the money was going to fund their adulterous lifestyles and
I
now
think so.
it can't play
Probably.
like that no more?
I think
Probably.
so.
So Scout was like because then it would make sense, right? Because if Marceau was able to give Coleslaw money for a car and things like that, and Tisha could possibly not be the wiser if she's not on those books because she isn't just because I was trying to figure out how Marcel could be given coleslaw money and
You
Tisha
want
not know about it, and I think that makes sense to me.
I can't take J Dubs. Tisha owns the shares and Marcel owns Tisha. Hey, oh, give me your phone. Give me your
They
phone. It's J Dub. Give me your phone. I am hollering. Y'all saw when Tisha played out, when she laid out. Yes, I saw when she laid out on that sofa and Marcel told her, get up. Don't do all of that. Act better than that. And she said, right up. I said, Jesus, help me.
that little house that they stay in now is always dirty and it don't look like millionaires live there.
Oh
But Marceau
Jesus!
and Tisha like they make it seem like they millionaires. So
I mean, they listen, they spending their money removing all of them rocks.
Listen, don't talk about they rock. Listen, they got the Flintstones rock quarry over there.
They bought
Don't
a gravel pit. They bought a gravel pit.
and there's caves and
I
stuff
mean,
under
I do
there.
know it's true, but
Like
it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. And I think this. I think a lot of the stuff with Letitia between Tisha and Mel and Tisha, even Tisha and Kiki, I think a lot of the stuff could be probably worked out. But I think she have her mama and Marceau in her ear because it seems like everybody who can see through their bullshit, they make sure she stays upset with them. Think about it when he was talking tonight on the reunion and she was saying something to Kiki and he was like, "No, she did," and Mel's trying to keep her and Kiki fussing. No, they're not. But Kiki don't have to just accept her apology. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you apologize don't mean I have to accept it, and don't mean I won't get your ass back. Now you know what I'm saying? Some people feel like you apologize, okay, cool, but it ain't over till I get your ass back.
And then
I
didn't
don't know.
he literally say she was mad at Marceau for saying it jokingly? She was mad at Teacher for telling her business, but she had more energy for Marceau. And in a lot of her scenes, when they're all together, she's had more energy for Marceau for joking about what she went through. And we know Marceau. We've seen him joke about serious stuff or try to joke about it. He
Well,
was
when he
joking.
said, I can't believe Marceau. I can't believe Marceau said that he don't joke about serious situations. When we saw him and Martell have a whole scene about him clowning him about what he was going through. He don't kick people when he down. I don't know, but Kiki said tonight that she didn't think that Marceau said that.
She said she wasn't sure. She didn't know what to believe because of
Well,
what he had done.
look, I will
I
say
still think
this.
it wasn't his business to tell.
Look,
It
I'll
was,
say this. If he has no concern for the woman's feelings that he's sleeping with, you are hard
Mm.
pressed to get me to believe that he got that much reverence for Kiki's feelings. I was like, you see how he do his wife and he banged her. They got kids together. They got businesses. They got money. And you see how he treat her feelings. But you supposed to be compassionate about Kiki's feeling. Okay, see, I don't like stuff that don't make sense. Stuff that I don't like Maurice, but I believe if it had came from Maurice, I think he would have had more compassion for Kiki's feelings. Because not to be funny, Maurice got more compassion for Tisha feelings than
That's
Marcel
true.
do.
yeah.
So I'm just saying something don't make sense. But I got more questions because um so I just need to understand. So now that they're coming back, and Mel has said all y'all can go to hell. I'm not I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not playing. Do you think that Mel is going to have to tuck her tail and be nice to them? Or do you think that Tisha's gonna have to tuck her tail and be nice to Mel? Who do you think gonna have to give it up?
I mean, they can
One,
keep the same
Carlos,
energy.
I think they're gonna both have the same energy. I think they, well, y'all know they filming now, and I think they both had that like that cute energy, and that's why Carlos had to go down to Huntsville because things was getting out of control. And I think what we're gonna get are scenes like we got at Jalen's housewarming where they didn't say anything to each other.
yeah.
Melody spoke to nobody there except for Kimmy.
I
And
mean,
can
if
you
she don't fool with them, she don't fool with them. I
can
just feel like how the
you
story going to move on.
for real? It's been months since that fight happened. You see them over here coming up with excuses for the BS Miss Wanda did, talking about her kids and trying to justify it all over social media. What'd you expect her to come to this reunion doing? She's supposed to come in there with 15 guns ready to shoot all you folks down for talking about her child. Because at the end of the day, that's what's happened. They weren't talking about no aborted baby. You can't compare a sonogram of aborted child with somebody who's the real daddy. What?
See,
Especially if
here's
you
the thing.
interview, Heavenly asked Martell if he was talking about Sugar Mama, and he said, "Heck no, like
He
Here's
know
no."
the
Sugar
thing.
Mama was his baby, right? Mel said never. And it's J Dub. I agree with you. I just said that in my review. Your comment that you said you think Maurice is worse than all of them. I just said that. I just said that. I think he got more sneakiness in him than them. But I think what doesn't get Maurice caught up is honestly he do dirt with them, but I think Maurice do a lot of his dirt by himself.
He probably does. I
Absolutely,
mean,
I
he's a
agree.
lie lawyer. He's a lie lawyer. That's what they do. They lie. They're trying to. That's what I mean. He's
But
supposed to be
even
a lawyer.
before he was a lawyer, didn't he live in another state? Because him and Kiowa lived like in another state, right? So,
Michigan.
Hmm.
wasn't that like him and Maurice apart for a good bit of time? So
Him
then,
and Marcel,
therefore,
yeah.
that would make sense why Marcel and Martell probably has more dirt on each other for the time that they was like just together, and then when he got divorced, came back, none of that don't count because he was divorced, and so he had some time to play around with them and be free. Then when he got married, maybe he got some dirt. So I think the thing is Martell and Maurice have more dirt on each other, and no, I'm sorry, Martell and Marcel have more dirt on each other, and Maurice has a little dirt, but not as much as the other two because he, was gone for a minute, then he came back. But either way, I feel like they are all basically walking on landmines. Well, trying to avoid walking on landmines, and they know the first time somebody gets hit too deep, everybody else is getting sprayed. And so that's why you see them all kind of, because you couldn't tell me, I can't think of one good reason for Marceau to be as gentle with Martell as he does. Does anybody have a good reason why Marceau is so gentle with Martell? Anybody?
Because he know his secrets and he don't
Cause
want them to be
Marcel,
out.
cause Marcel now. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But the
To
thing about
But
it
you see
is,
how Chris Fletcher was
but you
like,
know what the
yes,
thing is, they don't have to. He has to be gentle with Martell because at the end of the day, Martell and Mel are divorced. So at this point, any dirt he had on Martell is kind of really null and void because they're divorced. So what is it going
True.
to do? What is
That
it going
is
to do?
true.
Oh.
What is it
That
gonna
is
do? So
Oh.
true.
Martell holds the cards because Martell and Mel are now divorced. The information was mutually beneficial for everybody to keep quiet, and we can kind of play with Martell and we can say what we want to say with Martell, right? Um, because we have dirt on him and he's still married just like we married. But
yeah,
Martell isn't married anymore, and y'all know Martell is a loose cannon. That's why we saw Maurice talking about, hey, Marty Ma this season. Hey, Marty. Well, he wasn't Marty before.
Mm-hmm.
but
I mean, and
Marcel
that's just my
tried that.
opinion. But he's divorced. He's divorced. So at this point, if you bring it up, you'll be bringing up old shit. But at the end of the day, Melody will say, well, we divorced now because, she pretends like she's over everything with Martell. And she doesn't have to. You don't have to be okay. You spent years with this man. Y'all had businesses together. Y'all had family. Like, I don't expect you to just be
I agree with that.
100%
I
over
agree with
everything.
that.
But she's, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, for a blow up on the show, I don't think you're going to get that from her. I don't think she would give Martell that kind of energy because she's putting too much energy into letting him know, I am over you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So Martell holds all the cards because it can't affect him now. And him and Sheree, to my knowledge, say they always say they're dating. They've never come out and said they're exclusive or anything like that. So
At this point, Coleslaw already put it out there that she still be messing with him, and if Sheree don't care and still messing with him, then she obviously don't care who he deal with.
but that's sad. That's sad.
You
That's
mean
But
sad.
she by
Marcel
no
tried
such
that.
thing, just
Marcel
using him for
tried
a
that with Chris
storyline?
Holt. I mean, what was his name? Chris Fletcher. Marcel tried that with Chris Fletcher, and Chris Fletcher was like, "Oh no, I'm still married. I wasn't in Atlanta all whatever with you, like how
I
you
don't
trying to
really
make me
tell you
seem."
to stop swimming.
Apparently, word
Wait,
is
When he
fresh.
y'all,
did that with Marceau, when Marceau tried to say
When
he was with him,
Marcel
he was
did
like,
that,
"Nah,
remember
we
he
was two."
told Keisha
He
he
was
was
like, "We
in
was two
Atlanta with
hours."
Chris Fletcher when she know
Hmm
he was in Atlanta.
wait, y'all think she by no such thing is just using Martell for a storyline, and you don't
Absolutely.
I
care who
mean,
he banging? All
I
right,
think
Probably.
listen, I think it's a convenient storyline for both of them to get attention. Um
And for her to stay and have her,
and have some good sex. But I don't see why, because there's no reason. Absolutely, we never got paparazzi shots of the paparazzi following Sheree around like that, or Martell. Now all of a sudden the paparazzi just happened to be in the park with Sheree and Martell. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. That's a
girl,
lot
you
of
really
work.
believe that Martell hitting it in your
Um,
heart of hearts. You believe
But
Martell?
besides the no fashions, what did Sheree really got to talk about? Maybe this is kind of her thing for next season. Like besides the athletic wear that she trying to charge $500 for, that you could buy for $12.99 on Shein. What else
The
is she gonna talk
orange.
about?
I mean, if we gonna keep it a buck and keep and quiet as kept, loud as it's heard, Sheree is just the older version of Aryan, except when she was a side chick
ooh,
to a football player, got married because she was out here, wheeling and dealing, stealing. She got a record in Fulton County for shoplifting.
ooh.
Which
Mm.
allegedly, ain't trying to get nobody channel strike, but you can search
Lily.
Fulton County records online for yourself. Fulton County uploads everything. And she got with Bob and
Jesus,
turned herself into a fancy lady. But if you look at the
not a
clothes,
fancy lady.
are they not, do they not give Aryan boutique clothing? Do they not
Yeah.
know
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty much.
they design? He got a type all right. But I
But
don't
I
believe
mean,
I,
remember when Sheree was selling T-shirts with her autograph for like $20, $30? I was like,
Well,
yo,
autograph.
I was like,
I know
that
you
was a
lying.
good. No, she was doing. Remember, Funky Dineva went on his channel, and you know he know all that stuff because he used to be up there with them. He was when she was. Remember, they got in like he got in trouble for being at the chateau, and Sheree tried to put a case on him at the courthouse and stuff. And he went off on her and was like, "You was selling them shirts at the park with your autograph for $20, $30." Like
Wow.
Who's
he
she
I'm
learned
supposed
like,
to be though?
Piedmont
I,
Park line.
I mean, technically on her website right now, you could buy a shirt and you can buy an autograph version of her shirt for more
yeah.
money. So I believe it. So are y'all getting y'all next outfit from She Buy No Such Thing or
You back
from
in
Coleslaw the
the
Airhead? Like
It,
which
it's
where?
cheaper to get it
It
on Sheen. It's cheaper to
it
get it on
it'd be a better chance of people getting ice water in hell than me ordering anything off of She by shit. I know you fucking lying.
Listen,
They
I don't
both
trust
made
her
in
with my credit.
China.
I don't trust her with my credit card number, so I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna pass on that one. But I am so shocked that nobody wants to buy anything from She Buy No Such Thing.
I mean, why
I
would I
mean,
spend five
Nobody
hundred dollars on something that I can get for 30?
Listen,
exactly.
Cause it
I
ain't
Rainbow
it don't
mean,
have
have her
more
signature
clothes.
on it.
And she's
Martell
not,
could put her
but
face
she's
on the
not
wine,
Gucci.
but Martell
Not
could put her face
even.
on the
But
wine.
she's
She could
not
be the
Gucci.
face
Look,
of his wine.
Girl,
Oh,
I rather listen to Carly Red sing Gucci Louis Prada.
Gucci
Like
pudding.
okay.
Baby, I
Y'all
All
was
right.
missed the
Listen,
joke, but
tell
I
me about
said that
underground.
Martell could get his wine back popping by putting Sheree's the face. Like they could
no,
bridge
they can.
no,
together. They could,
he couldn't even spell alcohol right on the label. What?
I can't. Or they can come up with a nice workout on video because they both have
Now
muscles.
now
yeah,
that
that make more
I can
sense.
see
That
that.
make more
I
sense.
can
That
see
make
that. That make more sense.
Like,
Okay.
a nice little, he can come up with the
Like Fed
workout video
Apollo.
and he can do
you
her
right, cause
little
Come on,
they
t-shirt.
said
give
Martell
us a
not
good
even
old
selling the wine.
give
Apparently,
us
Martell can't really sell that wine.
give us a good old donkey
The
booty
shipping
part
is more
two.
expensive than the bottle because I tried to order one. I love wine.
But
I tried to order
they
one.
said
The
that
shipping
wine
was
is
I
more
know you.
expensive than
slaughterhouse.
the
I
bottle.
know you
They
lying.
said
You tried to
slaughterhouse.
order that when you could have went to Family Dollars and got that same damn wine.
I
Sutter
did.
home
Listen,
blend
I
for
Yeah,
seven
support.
Sutter Home
dollars.
Moscato. I
Wait,
think it's Sutter Home Moscato.
I support. Okay,
It's
I
the
bought
Sutter
a
home
sticker
sweet
by She.
red.
Listen, I bought a sticker from She Buy No Such Thing. The back didn't come off, but I bought the sticker.
The sticker.
I bought the sticker. It was the cheapest thing on her
She was
website.
selling a sticker for what? What you
Yes,
put it
it
on the
says She by
refrigerator or
Sheree.
something?
It
Oh
was seven. It
God.
was seven whole dollars. The back don't come off the sticker, but I guess that's neither here nor there.
Oh
I'm
God.
just I
Mm-mm.
support. I like wine. I was gonna buy it, but then the shipping was more expensive than the bottle, and I was like, I guess not. That's not happening.
And it's
Um,
people saying they ain't even get it. It's still people telling him they still ain't get it. Their tracking numbers.
I believe it. So now I have a question because Marcel
I'm
said
sorry.
Good for you.
Nobody who spell alcohol wrong
Okay,
on their own
you
damn
put
wine am
them,
I buying it.
save
Nope.
it and put it on the table.
it sound like listen, it sounded like that. Listen, if that was the same wine that Coleslaw was drinking that time where she got on live and started screaming at Melody and it wasn't Melody, that wine gonna get you tore up. I might have needed some of that. That wine seemed
Drinking
like it
Taylor
was
Port.
real up there.
That
But
girl was
now I
No,
drinking
have
I
a
some
think
good
that
old
question.
was.
Taylor
I think
Port.
she was drinking Hennessy that she
18%
took
Taylor
out her
Port.
purse. I think she had a little bottle of Hennessy
Oh
that she keep
Jesus
in her
Christ.
purse.
Okay, wait. So
I agree, Shapey. Sheree's storyline is gonna be why she's with a man who publicly cheated on his wife and him being in Kenya's DMs, girl.
well, you know Martell is like the new Peter, so I'm not surprised. But I have a question. So Maurice said Melody does not take accountability for anything ever. Can y'all give me a time where any of the cast members has taken accountability for something they did wrong? Any
Nope.
cast pick a
Oh, we're
cast
gonna
member.
have to wait. We're gonna have to wait till Jesus come back for this one.
Girl, we're gonna wait on the dinosaurs coming back. But I'm like, I got at least one member of Mel taking accountability because she apologized in season 3 about what she said to Tisha about the cheating rumors. At that
Can she
girl,
still bring it back?
she did apologize to Tisha. Tisha was like, it's some BS. And then Marcel, and she went home and told Marcel that Mel apologized. He's like, you being petty.
Cause she wanna. This is the thing.
But
She's
forget,
a grudge holder. She don't wanna move on from it. She wanna hold on to that one thing until she goes back to wherever. She don't wanna move on. Melanie can apologize from here all the way to Alaska, back to North Pole, all the way back to Huntsville. She's still not gonna be. It's gonna be. Oh, it's a BS. She is dedicated to not move on, and that's what she's gonna be. She's gonna stuck right there. Because at this point, I'm sick and it is stale. It's a stale topic. All right, she's trying to ruin your marriage. But what about Martell? What about your mom? What about the one that you're sleeping with, your whole husband? Your mom said questionable stuff
Did you say
about
your
your
whole husband?
like your whole husband with his girdle. Like your mom, your own mom said some disparaging stuff about your own marriage. So why you're not gonna? I know you're not gonna go off on your mom, but still, if you have smoke for Melanie because she's trying to come for your marriage, I'm gonna need you to have the same smoke for Martell too, because technically he's the one that put that your whole husband have 20 some girlfriend out here in the streets. So if the girl apologized, move on from it.
when Martell did that, who did she go and confront? Mel.
No.
Right.
She didn't go confront Martell. She went to Mel.
Because Melody could apologize, but she wants Melody to grovel. She want like how she wanted to be Melody friend so bad. She want Melody to be like, please, Tisha, can we just squash this? And Melody's not gonna do it because she don't care about her like that. And that's Tisha's problem. Tisha wants her to like she want to try to punk her out. Like that's how I feel personally. I feel like she
So
want her to want to be her friend so bad.
so nobody has an accountability example besides that one with Mel in season 3. Nope, nope. I mean, Tisha, y'all ain't got no Tisha.
Marcel couldn't even be accountable at the fact that he said his wife was from the other side of the tracks, and then he tried to back it up because she started crying. But you knew exactly what you meant, and she knew what he meant. But now he's like, "Oh, I slept on the floor at the church. I wasn't saying that. I was home." He knew exactly what he said when he said, "You from the other side of the tracks." Like,
Yep.
girl, ain't nobody giving wasting time doing giving Tisha no accountability for nothing.
Like I never thought I'd live in 2023 and see a scene where Martell showed accountability by apologizing to his son before Marcel ever showed some accountability. I was like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Where am I?
What Dawn Sheree dated your ex-husband? What?
Ma'am, come up to
Child,
the. We got
he
space. Come
has
up.
lots to say. Ooh,
Speak.
the
Step
link
up to the
is
front of the
pinned.
class.
Look,
Yeah.
the link is pinned, child. If you want to come up
Look, look,
here, baby.
look. Step up to the front of the class, cause you know I got questions. Cause you know I
You
I, I
always
always
have
got questions.
questions.
I always
We
listen.
be
I be trying to
geeking.
make the nonsense make sense. I always got
Well,
questions.
well, listen, you gonna be on in a book that never ends, because don't none of this make sense, and you ain't gonna never be able to make it make sense. I'm just
No,
letting
you
you know,
people.
Well,
baby.
I'm
Look, the
just
people want to
You
know who
guys,
is your ex-husband.
Girl, we would love to hear
I
this. You
can't
know,
No,
believe
you
that.
are delicious. We got nothing
And,
but
I mean,
don't.
y'all
Okay.
don't
I mean,
even
nah, we on limited time because I gotta go to work in in about 45 minutes. So we got a little time, but not a whole lot of time. Sis, she could have booked a day at the winery at Chateau Elan, which is where I'm sorry, he blue labeled his wine from and sipped all day. Okay.
I
I believe
mean,
the only person who drinking
it's like
Martell wine
His name is Keith.
is his
This
mama.
she said his name is Keith. This is when she lived in LA in her late teens and 20s.
oh,
Oh, that's way back in the day. How old is Sheree? 100 years old now.
Oh,
I
not
don't
100, Jesus.
I don't know.
she's in her
Oh,
In their
half,
teens, didn't Sheree? Then one of her kids was like born in her teens or something, and she
yeah,
until up until recently.
the oldest daughter,
Yeah,
Yeah, one of
Oh,
the kids on that Bob.
the oldest girl.
Oh,
that's the one she had at 14, right?
Yep.
I'm so disappointed that Marcel don't have a whole bunch of accountability tokens lined up with people talking about
Listen,
how
none of them are the
accountable he is.
accountability police.
Well,
you
None of
know
them are the accountability police, period.
exactly. You know
Because
what you said about Kimmy earlier when you said that you think that they jumped on Kimmy about the way she
Well,
treat
Kimmy said
Tisha.
that. Kimmy
Oh
said
well,
that.
yeah. Kimmy said that. But apparently Kimmy has a stipulation. She gonna fall back off of Tisha, but she ain't gonna fall back off of Wanda. Because Kimmy still talk her junk when it come down to Wanda. So
well, I'm
Well, I
not mad
mean,
at
with
that.
her
uh,
in-laws, I'm not
and I
mad
don't
at it
even know.
either.
Maybe
But
they
I would
cut
have,
that
girl, I
down.
wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like, I'd have told them, I'm married to Maurice. I ain't married to y'all. Maurice, I'm not about to kiss Tisha ass because your family want me to. So let me tell you what, you go to them holidays by yourself because I cook at home anyway because you want me to. I don't need to eat their cornbread. I don't eat they need they turkey, they ham, they roast, they mashed potatoes, they green bean casserole. I don't need to eat. Matter of fact, I'm getting a flight and going home by my people and we're gonna holiday separate. And that,
definitely not no
Mm.
show enough show nasty baked potato, stuffed potato, everything on potato. Wanda be
Yeah, that
doing.
girl,
some of
that's
them pictures look
I wouldn't.
horrible. That
Let me
stuff
tell you
look
something.
gross.
I wouldn't trust Wanda to feed me nothing after she said if she ever found out for sure that Marcel was cheating on her daughter, she slowly poisoned him with rat poison.
Exactly.
I wouldn't trust her to
Yeah,
feed me nothing.
she
Cause
can
I
stay
why?
over
wouldn't
there
trust
with
Wanda
that.
when she had them pans of food on the ground out there in that scene, picking them up. Like, why you ain't got enough tables? Like, Wanda just no. I would never eat nothing from Wanda.
How dare
Right?
y'all not support a black
Who
woman-owned
even
business?
though he's stable, bad, nothing.
Uh-oh, she up here,
Like
y'all.
health inspector, where are you? We
That's
got a
Dawn.
screen.
Oh,
Oh,
still
oh
the
yes,
key.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, we
Ooh,
can, Miss Dawn.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, how are
Hello.
Can you
you?
guys
Hello.
hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
we can.
Yes, hello.
Now let me
Welcome to
put up.
the
Wait before
part.
you start spilling the tea, child. Before you start spilling it.
Good, good, good. So actually, yeah, me and my. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put up my allegedly banner first.
I may have a delay. You guys just bear with me,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and it has
uh-oh.
Sheree's name in it,
Wait,
and
you breaking
she
up,
what?
love. What has Sheree's name in it? Boy, the internet.
Hey Don, you know the charade that you
Wait, Miss Dawn.
used to
Miss Dawn. Miss Dawn.
You break it up.
Miss Dawn, can you hear me? I want you to go out and come back in because you breaking up.
okay. Yeah.
All right.
Look at
Baby,
Sheree playing on my emotions. How dare she?
girl, the internet
Who
don't
I
want us to get this tea.
Ah,
Now, I don't know. All of this is alleged. I do not know this to be true. So, not Sheree playing with the Wi Fi. Not Sheree playing with the Wi Fi. Bravo killing the Wi Fi. Okay, let's see.
yo.
Miss Dawn, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You hear Miss Dawn? Oh, see,
Mm-mm.
the internet ain't liking it, baby. Not you got your snacks. Hey, Portia, how are you? Sheree probably should have picked another person to fake a relationship with. These millimeters and bloggers are gonna tear her apart. Her reputation will be in pieces by the spring. Her reputation been in pieces already, girl. When she came up here talking about she was doing a couture line and had that fashion show with no fashions. Then when she didn't pay Phaedra and was mad because she got bested in court by Bob and his one good eye. Then she sat up on that stage on the wrong side of everything when she was taking up for Kim and her whole daughter, as Portia would say. Then she sat up on that stage talking about joggers,
Summer, spring, fall.
spring, summer, September, and we went spring, summer, September, January, February, March, April, May, all the way through December 20 times before we got a fashion show that had fashions and then people went to order it on the website that didn't work and had no fashions. Their reputation is rather in tethers. I don't think there is nothing that Dayton Martell can do to further ruin that reputation unless you know what I'm saying, she get out here and do some down bad stuff. But what's gonna happen is everybody know that Martell's a known cheat and everybody looking at her like, for real? This what you doing?
I mean, this
This
will be
what
the
you
chance for
doing?
Ariana to get on the show.
And so um ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for her when her and Martell break up. I know I'm not.
I mean, she don't really have the best choices in men.
Baby, Miss Dawn ain't coming back. Sheree watching this live and told that man, if you don't get your goddamn ex-wife up off that lady YouTube channel right now,
I
Aw,
mean,
I was waiting for
Sheree
the
options
tea.
are
I
limited,
mean,
baby. I
y'all
was
don't want to
trying to hear.
see, y'all don't want to see Martell five kids running around Chateau Sheree.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Nah.
okay. No, no, no. You're not looking to see Coleslaw go clean ham when she sees the Bravo footage, Aaron, because they're gonna be talking about her likeness.
You know, up her likeness.
Well, now that might be one person that she add relevancy to their fame, Sheree, because wasn't nobody checking for her. So she might be right on this one. I don't know. Um, But no, I don't listen. I don't. I don't care about Sheree or Martell. I'm just being honest. I can't even give that a try because sh- I
You
I
don't
don't
believe
feel
it?
sorry for one. I don't agree with it. Two, um, for one, I forgot. Thank you, it's J Dub, and she don't like to pay, and she don't like to pay.
She
So
don't.
I thank you for listing more things that proved that her reputation, like Child Martell, ain't ruined it. It's already ruined. Um, but I don't care. I don't care about them. I don't care about Martell, and I won't care if he cheats on her or he breaks up with her, because I think it's absolutely foolish for Sheree at her big grown age to be with a man even though they're just dating, but you have him at your house like he know what, telling people where the trash bags is, as if he's the king of the castle, the man of the house, the head dick in charge around them people, you know what I'm saying, around that house, you know what I'm saying, beating it out the frame when you know he's clearly in love with somebody else.
Well, he
See, a
might
man who
be.
a man, no, no, ain't no, he might be. If he was clearly in love with Sheree and had moved on from Mel, he wouldn't have cared about that man calling her Melody
Sheree.
Cherie. He wouldn't, his
Oh,
face wouldn't be lighting up like a Christmas tree. Baby, you, that man face was lit up so much he could have been whatever Christmas celebration in your town that they charging $40 for a car to ride through.
I mean, but we did learn with Coleslaw that he could knock somebody out the park and still love Melody. I mean, I'm not listen, if I believe
I'm no,
Terrence,
what I'm saying is at Sheree's big age, she's too old for that. So when they get on here, she's too old to be falling for it. So when she get on here and she's
yeah.
gonna use that as a storyline
storyline.
when he breaks up with her. Oh, he was doing me this and he was doing me that. And I thought he was
I
so much
should have
different than what
listened.
I saw on TV, and I should have, I won't feel sorry for her, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay.
But you know, Martha
I
Cause
want a
won't.
mother figure. No, he want
Sheree
a mother
upgraded from
figure.
top, baby. When Tyrone showed up in his Coogee sweater, I said, I know you fucking lying. I know this not who she was waiting for to come home from prison walking like this with a Coogee
she,
sweater from '98. We're not doing
she
this.
was all in love with Tyrone, but as soon as they broke up too, then the sex was bad, and he was this and he was
Well,
that.
they
Like,
wasn't broke up when she said he had a little cocktail shrimp. They wasn't broke up then. She still wouldn't go
oh,
sit at that restaurant
but I
waiting
do
for him.
believe
She
him.
said
I
that
believe him when
episode
he
one.
said, "Should I?" No, I believe him when he said that she knew he was on probation and he couldn't be on that TV show. But she tried to make it seem like he played her.
But he
Like,
was still on probation when he showed up at her show. He just had to get permission because
oh,
because listen, they got to give you, when you show up on these shows, they have to give you like an actor's card. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're gonna be speak, and you can get you a little piece of check. And I'm sure his probation officer would have considered that a job.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Indeed,
saying?
it
It
is
would
a
have,
I
job.
like,
mean,
no,
that
no,
sounds like day
you know
labor
what
to
I'm saying?
me.
That there are people on probation who show up on shows. Um,
Phaedra
hell,
and
you had,
husband.
Don't
yeah.
listen.
do Apollo like that.
Well, he was on
I mean, it
probation.
was true.
Well, shameful.
Shoot.
It's true. So I don't know. I'm just saying I don't I don't see it. And the thing about it is, um, it serves, to me, it serves no purpose because we're just gonna get phone calls. Um, I don't see Bravo letting Sheree go over to be on Huntsville. I don't
I
see it, and
mean,
I don't see Carlos making a deal to let Martell. They say he got into it with Kenya. You know what I'm saying? But for Carlos, that's press. Bravo don't need that press. You know what I'm saying? Bravo don't need that press. Bravo, this show has a following of its own. Um, and they don't need it. And I don't think they are going to let Sheree go over because they have Bravo have a non-compete clause, which means I don't think Sheree can be featured. She can be talked about, but I don't believe that she can be featured on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we probably won't see her.
You know what I think? Remember? Yeah. So I don't know if y'all remember, but in season one, Kiki was on. season one. Like she was in episodes, right? She was just, a guest at events. So she didn't have no speaking parts, but you could see her on camera. I wonder if that's what they're gonna do with Sheree. Like she'll be at the event, right? But she has no mic on. So she doesn't say anything, but you see her. And then they, cut away to whatever it is they're gonna do. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like she not there, but she there kind of deal.
Wait,
Well,
whoa,
maybe he gonna be like Hashimoto.
why y'all talking about mammies, pappies, bald headed grannies? Like, whoa, we're not gonna talk about the grannies up in here. And your
Unless
man,
it's
Not the
Wanda.
grandmamas.
I mean,
Unless
oh
it's
y'all
Wanda.
playing? I hope y'all just playing.
If it's
Oh
Wanda, let him go.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, they was tagging each other. I just want to make sure we were go to the grave. What the hell is going on up in here? Why am I moderators? Is this a joke? Are y'all playing with each other? If y'all playing, then cool. But whoa,
not please go take your meds. Okay. Y'all tussling in there.
What?
Candy said Martell tried to use one of her homegirls and shoot and have paparazzi at her restaurant before he got with Sheree. I believe it.
Listen, Martell said he trying to pull a Melody. He need him 5 streams of
Whoa, 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 whoa,
income.
whoa, 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 whoa. What we not doing that. We not doing that. We not doing that. We not doing that. Not up in my comments. Don't disrespect me like that. Like I'm a mama. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna talk about nobody children up in my comments. Period. Period. I'm not doing that at all. I don't care if y'all don't like what each other say. Stop adding each other. Stop talking to each other. For y'all both be timed out from this live. But we're not talking about nobody children up in here. I don't even let me be very clear. We don't do that over here. Like I say, we can disagree, but we won't be disrespectful. And we damn sure ain't gonna be talking about nobody children. Not up in my chat. Take that shit on over to the project somewhere, but not up in here. We not doing that up in here. Be respectful or leave. And if you don't want to leave, I'll put your ass out. And if you don't feel like you want to come back again because you don't like what I'm saying, that's fine too. But we're gonna be respectful up in my chat. This is a safe space to disagree. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. What you say? Regrets of losing Mel wakes Martell up in the morning. I believe it. He have night terrors about it.
I, how can I say this? I think I think Martell misses the aspects of Melody, right? The lucrative business deals, the having someone with the kids, the, like those kind of things, or having someone to cook. I think like her personally, I don't think he misses that because I think he wants someone like Tisha personally. Does that make sense? Like if
So
you
he
took
wants to. Oh, sorry. Go
how
ahead.
like if you took how like we say like Tisha's like we say, oh, she's simple, like, oh, she believe anything, she's gullible, she's naive. Like I feel like if you took that part of the relationship, stuck it in Melody, right? But then left Melody with her good business sense, her ability to take care of the kids, like her ability to multitask and do those things. I think that's who Martell wanted. Somebody who was dumb enough to let him cheat in peace, but business savvy enough to be able to make lucrative deals and bring in money.
Well, I guess we can tell Mel was probably a teacher at one point of her marriage. Then she woke up and she left the toxicity. But I understand what you mean. Maybe that's what he wants. He wants someone to let him cheat on in peace, do whatever he wants to do. But that's not what he got. He's
But
gonna have to
he
live
need
with the
income.
consequences.
But he need
You
money.
know. That's true, but there's also like, go get your builder license and get some job.
I
It's
think
an
he can't
open
take
book
the
test.
test or something. I think he keeps flunking the test
When that joker said, how many times did he say he took that builder's license?
a
And he said
couple.
he got, and he said he got Marcel books. I was like, um, but I guess he used
Y'all,
Melody's builder's license, so it was okay.
y'all remember that Melody let you see they act like, oh, Martell did this, Martell did that. For years, Melody sat back and let Martell be what they thought was the brains. She sat back and let him shine, and now he ain't shining because people realize he ain't ish. So that's, I do believe you when you say that he want a Tisha, but he want a Melody too. Like he wished he could combine the two.
Make his own woman, his own ideal woman.
Make his own woman, like he wished Melody would have let him cheat, but he likes the fact that Melody was a business person and she sat back for years while people thought that he was the one that was doing all a business, because that's the way he make it seem. He make it seem, oh, I took you out of teaching, but he was a PE teacher too. Like, how you gonna keep saying that like you just took Melody out the gutter? She wasn't working at the movie theaters, and I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the movie theaters, but like Martell made people think that he was the shine to Melody. Like,
I mean,
But that's
even if
because
you take
she
her out from teaching, obviously she's surpassing you because you're still struggling to get a builder license, which is an open book test, and you're still, grasping for straws with businesses that don't stick, and you over here trying to take the woman kid so you can get alimony. I mean, child support so you can pay your bills. Like, I'm gonna need you to grow up, Martha. Like put your big boy pants on. If you were the big dog in the relationship, you were the one, the boss, the ideas, the everything, you did everything, then I'm gonna need you to use that same ideas you had in that relationship and put it into your own life and be successful. Shouldn't be that hard. If you were the one that was successful in the marriage, you were the one that was doing all of that, I'm gonna need you to continue to do that on your own and have a business that's sick, not a couple business that fall apart. Obviously, we know who had the more smart, the wit, and the successful, and the drive in the relationship. It was Melanie. But what exactly are you sitting here copying people's ideas, throwing things here and there, hoping they catch on? Like, sit down and really think about what you need to do in your future, because you're not gonna have people to take care of you when you're 65 years old, you're senior in your dying bed. Like, you have to have something to live for, something to save, so you can, you need something. You can't just be out here waiting on mail. Do something.
J Dub, give me your phone right now. My God, I'm in here hollering. Not God said go.
Shameful.
So, do anybody want to make one final comment? I'm going to get ready to end it. I do have to go to work in about 20 minutes.
Oh, oh, oh! I have a question. I have a
Come on.
question.
Come on with your
Okay.
final question of the night.
Okay. What does everyone think needs to happen to bring the show to a place where it becomes enjoyably watchable again?
Oh, I got that one. I know. Well, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, I just feel like we should actually have boundaries that we should not cross, and we should also focus on businesses. That's what the show was originally about. Love Marriage Huntsville, about business, black couple being successful, doing businesses and working together. They just need to knock off a couple of people that make absolute no sense, like Dusty. Because she served no purpose on the show. I don't even know nothing about this woman, and she's been on the show for 3 seasons now. But they just need to put out the things that need to be done. Like, do not cross certain things. Boundaries need to be put, and consequences need to be applied when someone pass across those boundaries, and refocus the show about more business mind. Like, what are they doing? And don't focus on one person, of everybody bashing one person. They should have a clause and be like, we don't talk about this person if she's not in the scene. I'm gonna need y'all to stick with your storyline, what y'all doing in your personal life, y'all businesses. and do not cross boundaries. And if you cross these boundaries, are consequences that need to happen. And I think that's how they should move on with the show. Just let's all have our own storyline, not lean on one person and make it our own storyline. And yeah,
I want to thank my good sis California Cutie for the super chat. Thank you, sis. I'm really enjoying this live, ladies. Love you. I love you too. All right, come
okay.
on, Brandy. What you think should happen? And J Dubs, not y'all need 19 minutes of that time. I mean, I do work from home, but I do have to, kind of get prepared a little bit, read my emails. I want to say a few things to my children before I start
You want me to?
work. Yeah, go
They
ahead, because
need to.
I'm gonna end with my comment.
They need to put something in the contract where they can't keep doing stuff on social media, like how Candy say Bravo have it to where you can't post certain things or do certain things on Instagram. That is a really big issue for them. And posting stuff on social media. And not only that, people who are problematic, like the brother who ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He ain't married. He ain't building nothing. He live in the woods in a tent. So what does he need to be on the show for? Like it's just certain things. Like certain people don't need to be on there. And Melody real friends, they need to find her real friends. Like people that ain't using her for benefit, like people that she known for years and years and have, because that's, they like to say, oh, she fall out with everybody. Well, she falling out with people who been using her. So she needs real people. So it could be other people that are on her side and don't really know the Scots and stuff, like things like that.
Okay, and I'm gonna say I think there's somebody has to go, either the Scots or Mel. I think somebody has to go. At this point, because I don't see how you can fix it. To me, they've gone to a point of no return between the social media antics, um, and just the personal things that cut deep down to the bone, that nobody don't want to take the time and admit, like, this, when you said this, it really, 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 really hurt me. I think Wanda should absolutely not come back. I agree. She should not be able to come back. She should not be able to be Tisha's mouthpiece. And I think if something happened during filming, they should not be able to be on social media arguing about it, because what happens is, by the time we see it on the show, it's old, it's stale, and we don't want to be bothered with it. And so I think that's what happened. Like, everything this second season was, we already knew. We already knew. We already saw it happening. And so it was boring. A lot of people were saying that episodes were boring. We did not need it.
I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? So that takes away, I think, them wanting to prove, i.e. the Scots wanting to prove we're worthy of a spinoff, we're worthy of our own show, we want to be seen, you can't have this show without us. We hate Mel. They're outright, basically, attack that they're going around doing, saying that, oh, she's a horrible person and we're better friends than her. And she's a horrible friend, and just outright trying to get us to see she's a horrible person. Her trying to say, I'm not a liar. I'm gonna sit over here on pretty and ready. So when God tell me to go, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say something. But then I'm not gonna say something, but then I'm gonna say something even when God don't tell me to go, because I'm human and I can't take it too much. And like, it's too much. I think say what needs to be said on the show and shut the fuck up, because all of this what y'all are doing, it's ruining the show. It's ruining the fans of the show. And this show, the mark of a good show to me is when you can get people to feel it, right? And when I mean feel it, they can understand, they can relate. But the problem is, people are not watching to understand and relate, or watching because it's entertaining to them.
They are now watching because they have trauma bonded with these people. They agree with Tisha and can see Tisha's point because somebody in their life done snaked them like what they feel Mel did to her. They agree with Mel because they done been cheated on and they done set in this man family and friends face and they done like they done trauma bonded and it done stuck and they giving their emotions to everybody who don't agree based on their previous trauma and situation, not even the show. And they're doing it in the name of Mel. Even when Mel say, listen, I can speak for myself. I don't need y'all to speak for me. And your fans are crazed to the point that say, no, you don't know what you need. We're going to still speak up for you. And then people are saying, well, Mel should say this. What more can she say if she tells these people, I don't need them to speak up for me. I can say it on my own. You know what I'm saying? I can say it on my own, and they're telling her she don't even know what's good for her. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know what's good for her. It's ridiculous. I think that's too much. I think stay off of social media. It makes it boring when we already know about it. Like, why do I want to watch an episode that I've already seen y'all argue about in real time? Why would I want to watch that 3 months down the line? So they're tanking their own show with the need to best one another. They're taking their own opportunity and they're making it insufferable and unlikable. And they're making people like me feel like, thank God, I reunion me, please. We don't need a part. We don't need two seasons in one or part B, whatever they wanted to call this right here. We don't need it. Give me a good 10, 12 episodes. If y'all gonna do a three-part reunion, that'll leave us between 13 and 15, and I'm done. This done went from fucking what? We done went through all the seasons: spring, summer, winter, fall, then winter. We started in the spring last year. We done went through 4 seasons in this one goddamn season. We don't need that. I understand y'all trying to get the syndication, but syndication me with something good, not this. Um, partially get back to, and I know you have to have a reality, an element of drama in reality TV, but go ahead and get me back to the element of drama with a little bit of business, okay? Can we get a little bit more back into the black excellence? Like Carlos, don't start off the reunion talking about people business when we only seen about 2% of their business. Stop trying to sell me black excellence when you know what you're giving is shit on shingles. Stop doing it. And that's all I got to say. And with that being said, I want to thank you, ladies, because I've given y'all everything up to 13 minutes. It's J Dubs. I hope that works. I hope that works for you. Dawn said she will come back another time. She know I have to go to work, but she 100% agree with me and I promise I will come back another time. Girl, come back. Come back, Dawn. We want you to come back. But I literally got 12 minutes before I need to clock in. And I usually clock in at about 5:50, about 5 minutes before my shift so I could catch up on my emails and make sure everybody has showed up for the shift.
Mhm.
And I gotta go watch Real Housewives of Potomac. Depending on if I am busy or not tonight, I may come back, pop up live with a review on that. If not, it'll be tomorrow. We'll Potomac Live, and then, like I say, I have the BMF review coming out along with Cold and Windy, so that will either drop tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm going to try to get them recorded for you tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow for sure, so that they can be out on Tuesday. We will get back to messy mornings. If there's some good gossip in the mornings, hopefully there'll be some. We will be talking about that and doing that. And then don't forget on Wednesday night is World of Reads with me and Barb. And on Thursdays, we have All Rise, which is Messy Night Court. Okay. And I will see you all then. I want to thank you all for coming up once again. I appreciate you all, and everybody have a good night.
Hey.
Good
Bye.
night.
Matter
Thank
of fact, you will
you.
become a member. Thank you, Miss Dawn, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. You all have a good night. Like I said, once again, I love you all. I thank you all for mostly being respectful in the chat. I know sometimes things will get a little heated. And trust me, I didn't mean anything bad when I said the projects. I meant like the channels where we argue
because I've been arguing in people channels before. But I want to be respectful. And let's remain respectful when we over here, because this is a safe space for people to express their opinion. We don't have to agree, but we definitely don't have to go low and dirty, especially with people we don't know, about people who will not, once again, when they do their lives, acknowledge us or windmills. You know what I'm saying? They had a "that's what's up" moment. I agree. I agree. But I didn't want to offend anybody. I would like for everybody to come back to the chat. Everybody is welcome here. Like I said, I just want us to keep it respectful. And if you feel you can't, um, be respectful, you know what I'm saying, then I'm sorry, please don't come. But I love you all. Thank you all once again. Feel free once again to join the channel, get some merch, and go ahead and like the video and share me with your people, because your girl is working hard to get back in the good graces of the algorithm after I've been out. I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.